during the worst weather since records began. Hundreds of vessels were lost or abandoned in the Atlantic. One of these would become a legend.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, where we'll be counting down our picks for the spookiest time someone vanished from history entirely with no discernible explanation.
And the colonists vanished without a trace.
Number 10. Belle Gunness. In 1881, a young Norwegian lady immigrated to Chicago, moving in with her sister and getting a job at a butcher's. A few years later, she began a gruesome hobby, serial killing. Between 1884 and 1908, it's believed that she had killed at least 14 people. Many victims were lured in via advertisements, then murdered on her farm. Eventually, people became so suspicious of Gunness, she asked her hired hand to burn down her farm with her inside it. Except the body they found didn't resemble Gunness. The hired hand said she'd paid him to do it, and they never learned where the real Gunness went or if she survived. Number 9. Ambrose Bierce. After fighting in the American Civil War, Ambrose Bierce became a celebrated writer, earning a reputation as one of America's most influential authors. In 1913, when he was 71, he embarked on a trip to his old battlefields before crossing the Mexican border. He met up with the army of revolutionary Pancho Villa, intending to only observe their battles. He stayed with them until they reached Chihuahua. His last letter was sent in December 1913 and ended saying, quote, "I leave here tomorrow for an unknown destination." Where he went is still a mystery. Some believe he took his own life, others that he was sentenced to death by Mexicans. Number 8. Benjamin Bathurst. By 1809, the Napoleonic Wars had devastated Europe. Disappearances would have been more common during the tumultuous era, but one that has caught many people's attention through the years is the disappearance of Benjamin Bathurst. The British diplomat was sent to Vienna to improve relations between the two empires. On his way home, he went missing in Perleberg, Prussia, when he and his courier stopped for fresh horses. When the horses were ready, he apparently went to the carriage, but had simply vanished when his courier arrived to join him. This story is likely to be an exaggeration, with historians believing he was likely murdered by bandits. Still, we've spent over 2 centuries speculating what happened to him, and there's no clear consensus. Number 7. The Flannan Isles Lighthouse.
He blew the ship's whistle and fired a distress flare high into the sky, hoping to attract attention. There was no response.
The Flannan Isles are one of the most isolated parts in the UK, lying far west of the Outer Hebrides' largest islands. There lies a lighthouse, which became famous after its crew vanished in 1900. After reports that the light was not properly functioning, a boat was sent to investigate and provide relief to the crew. They discovered the place was empty, with no sign of the 3 keepers who should be there.
They all combed the small island from end to end. But there was still no trace of the 3 keepers.
There was little evidence hinting at where or why they'd left. Numerous theories have been thought up, but it's impossible to confirm anything without evidence. Some believe they fled abroad, and many others believe they were all lost at sea.
Some have said that their ghosts later returned to Eileen Moor to join St. Flannan in his eternal watch over the lonely island.
Number 6. Percy Harrison Fawcett. Born in 1867, this British explorer became infatuated with the lost city of Z.
For British explorer, 57-year-old Percy Fawcett, it was real.
It wasn't that far-fetched to imagine that somewhere deep in Amazonia there was a major civilization.
This was a hypothetical indigenous city he believed was hidden in the Amazon jungle. His determination to discover it ultimately led to his disappearance. In 1925, Fawcett's final expedition left Cuiabá. He brought a loyal team with him, but in the end, all of them vanished. Some theorize they simply got lost and died of natural causes. Others claim the native tribes were his undoing. Fawcett requested that if he went missing, that no one should come to find him. Many refused this request, but no concrete evidence of his fate was ever discovered.
The answer to the enigma of ancient South America, and perhaps of the prehistoric world, may be found when those old cities are located and opened up to scientific research. That the cities exist, I know.
Number 5. Harold Holt.
A great search is being made for Mr. Holt off Portsea, Victoria. However, no official announcement has been made as to the fate of the Prime Minister.
Australia's 17th Prime Minister, Harold Holt, was notable for being their first leader born after the country's federation. He is also known for going for a swim one day in 1967 and never returning. Holt had gone on holiday to Portsea, Victoria, and decided to go for a dip at Cheviot Beach. According to him, he knew the beach, quote, like the back of his hand. That didn't help him avoid getting caught in a rip current, then swept into the ocean.
Dozens of police, search and rescue squads and divers have been rushed to the area and have been searching since 2 o'clock.
His body was never recovered, leading many to believe he drowned. Some conspiracy theories have been proposed, however. For example, some people believe he was assassinated by the CIA or that he was a CCP spy, but none have much credibility. Number 4. Roanoke Colony.
And the colonists vanished without a trace.
Founding a permanent English settlement in America was quite a difficult task in the 16th century. The first successful permanent one was Jamestown in 1607. One of the most haunting failed colonies was on Roanoke Island. Now known as the Lost Colony, it was founded in 1587, but after running low on supplies, a party was sent to England. When they returned in 1590, the colony had been abandoned, and all they found was the word Croatoan carved into a post.
John White told the colonists when he left in 1587 that if they were to abandon the settlement, that they should leave a secret token, as he called it, behind, so that he would know where to find it.
They believed this implied they moved to Croatoan Island, but they were unable to investigate. Centuries later, we still have no clear idea where they went. Some believe they were killed by natives, others that they joined them.
The Lost Colony remains this mystery that's at the very heart of the origin of our nation. People remain fascinated by Roanoke because we know so little about the place.
Number 3. Amelia Earhart.
Through sheer drive and determination, she would become the most recognizable aviator of her time.
Few will contest the claim that Earhart was one of the finest pilots in history. Her disappearance in 1937 is also one of the most perplexing cases in history. She aimed to become the first woman to circumnavigate the globe.
She vowed then that she would have to make her own flight at some point so that she could actually deserve this kind of accolade and be respected as a pilot in her own right.
In 1937, she and navigator Fred Noonan vanished during the journey, somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. We've never found any remains of the journey, spurring theories for decades about what happened to her. These range from her simply running out of fuel, then crashing in the ocean, to being captured by Japanese forces. The former theory is most accepted, but it'll never be confirmed until her remains are discovered.
She was one of the most famous people in the world. People hung on her every word and followed her activities.
She had a message about aviation. She had a message about women.
Number 2. The Mary Celeste's crew.
During the worst weather since records began, hundreds of vessels were lost or abandoned in the Atlantic. One of these would become a legend.
In December 1872, this American merchant ship was found drifting off the coast of the Azores. The crew had vanished entirely, taking virtually nothing with them, as if they had left in a rush. Not a single crew member was found, dead or alive.
She was seaworthy, her cargo intact, and there was food and supplies for 6 months on board.
Countless theories have tried to explain the ghostly ship, with varying degrees of plausibility. One of the most popular claims focuses on their cargo of 1,701 barrels of alcohol. If one leaked, the fumes would have caused an explosion. This would have necessitated evacuating the ship, but their lifeboat was unable to reach land. Alternatively, it could have been a mutiny, or maybe a giant mythical squid, the Kraken. We'll never know for certain, but a Kraken can confidently be ruled out.
Trying to understand why an experienced captain would do the one thing that really is unthinkable, which is to leave your vessel. An experienced person would do it only if he thought the vessel was going down.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into Settings and switch on your notifications. Number 1. The Sodders. On Christmas Eve 1945 in West Virginia, the Sodder family underwent a horrific experience. Before going to bed, the parents let 5 of their 9 children stay up late to play with their new toys. A few hours later, the phone rang. The mother answered, and a strange woman spoke on the other end. The mother thought they had the wrong number, so she returned to sleep. A couple of hours later, they woke to the whole house ablaze. Both parents and 4 children managed to escape, but failed to find the remaining 5 who stayed awake. No bones were found, leading the family to believe the missing children lived on. Some 8 decades later, the truth is yet to be found. Do you have any theories explaining what happened to these people? Let us know in the comments below.
Did the colonists at Roanoke simply decide to move somewhere else? Or was there a darker reason?